Morning, Steve Free in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Markets are lower again tonight and this morning. I think March beans is close to the midpoint of a trading range, very broad trading range between $13 and $14. We're trading below the 20-day moving average, and momentum is turning lower. Funds yesterday sold 12,000 bean contracts, and they're still long about 145,000 contracts. Soybean oil is leading the downdraft today. Malaysian palm oil prices are lower. Their January exports were down 30%, and of that, 70% India. India announced increased import taxes, which is weighing on the palm oil futures and soybean oil futures. Over in the corn, again, we're probably in a broad trading range between, let's say, 520 and 560 on the March. Funds yesterday sold 22,000 corn contracts. They're still long about 386,000 contracts. Momentum is turning lower, and the question mark is, will the funds hold on to this position or continue to take profits? Many people think that the USDA is too low in China import numbers. They are maybe too low in South American crops. They may be too low in U.S. export numbers and too high in the U.S. carryout. They may be too high in the South American crops, So we'll see if the USDA has any surprises for us in corn and beans on Feb 9th. There was some concern about them keeping most of the crops unchanged and not really changing our U.S. export numbers or carryouts. We also note that yesterday we heard that there might have been some cancellation of Brazil soybean cargoes. That might have offered some resistance to the marketplace, thinking that the China demand was down. But I think some of that demand could shift to the United States, which eventually could be positive. We also note that wheat is following the market. March wheat seeing some profit taking. Funds sold yesterday 5,000 wheat. They're long about 5,000. We traded below the 20-day moving average in March wheat at 640. Now we're looking at maybe a range of 620 with resistance at 660. So we also note that as far as the outside markets are concerned, stocks continue to trade higher. Dollar is now at 2-month high. Crude's higher. Metals are trying to rebound from the recent sell-off, and the meats are also higher. So I think some of the people feel in the meat market, reopening the restaurants, vaccines, all those things, getting children back to school could help the demand for meat and milk. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day, and remember, always treat people like you yourself would like to be treated.